More.
Fun fact, logo says the gas cap is on the right side, but it's actually on the left side. Alright, so everything you need to know about buying, well, before buying a 300ZX, whether it's twin turbo, NA, 2+2, 2+0, etc. So this is actually my 1992 originally twin turbo 300ZX, and we're gonna take a quick look at it. So first things first, if the car you're looking at looks anything like this, walk away. Please walk away. So if you find a pretty decent one, you're pretty interested in the car, you gotta come over, look for gaps like right here. This one, the fitment isn't too great, it's missing a couple bolts. Look for gaps in the front bumper. All this is to see if it's been if it's been in any type of collision in the future or in the past. You also want to look at the trim right here, especially the T-top. Ask if the T-tops leak. They're probably gonna say they don't leak and they actually leak, but just make sure you ask that either way. Look at the trim, has it been taken care of? All right, so since we're over here, check if the car has fender liners. My car didn't even come with fender liners, which suck. Also, you can check over here if they took out the recirculation system for the exhaust. If they did take it out, the car's probably been tampered with. Just keep that in mind. I personally took mine out, but the car is modified, which I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Check like right here, as you can see, there's a little bit of surface rust right here on the hood, right here. I'm literally showing you all my rust, but this sort of just surface rust, it's not as bad as if it was like really deep in rust. That's just killing the metal and just eating through it. All right, so you want to check under the car for rust. It's fine if the exhaust is rusted, but you do want to check for bushings. The pinch welds aren't horrible. You might want to jack the car up, but these things like right here, you can check them and make sure that they're not too brutally damaged. All right, so obviously ask the owner if the car's modified. If he says it doesn't, a good way to tell, it's right here. You can obviously tell that my car's modified on coilovers. The car's modified. It's probably been ridden pretty hard, decently hard. Car guys obviously beat on their cars, but that's a good way to tell if it's modified. Also, this one came with aftermarket wheels, and it came with a good amount of aftermarket things. Also, my car's missing this little trim piece right here. Very common when people don't really know how this car works. They think they just take out that side and then they just snap this off without unbolting this right here. Very common if it's missing. But the sad thing is the battery's right there, so water can easily just get on your battery, and that's not very good. So just be aware of little things like that. If you do get the car, cover this if it doesn't have the piece, and that piece is alone. Do you know how much this little plastic thing costs?
200.
Actually less than that, so 100 something. Come on, Brian, dude, it's not that much, bro. Stop exaggerating, dude. All right, so now we're gonna look at the best part of my car, and the part that you should care about the most, sort of. This really shows how much people really took care of the car. I can't speak to it, dude. So, I mean, seats are ripped, things are ripped in here, so you want to check for things like this. If you don't really care about your interior, that's fine, but just be aware that this might really show a representation of what we're gonna get to next. But just check for your suede, that it's not too dirty or whatever material it is. Also, another thing, a lot of these cars actually have their bushings bad. So you might think that your transmission is just really bad, and every time you're in gear, like literally the shifter just moves really bad because of the transmission, but it's actually the shifter bushings. It doesn't cost that much to change, so be aware of that. Another really cool thing, this car does not have cup holders, so this is the closest thing you're gonna get to it. You take that out, and then you can put your cup holder, your Starbucks or protein shake, whatever there. This little piece right here also always falls off, so I mean, if that's out, don't stress too much over it. Pretty common on these Z's. Remember, this is like a 20-year-old plus car, so things on the interior aren't gonna be the greatest. All right, so you also kind of want to check your trunk, whatever you want to call it. I know there's a lot of mess in here, but mine actually came with a wooden flooring. Pretty interesting. The owner, I guess he felt artistic and just went ahead and did that. But you also want to take these pieces off, see if there's any rust in there, see if any water's leaking. Also check your hood struts, make sure they're good. These are pretty decent. the hatch tends to rust a good amount, as you can see right there. That's not the greatest, that's actual rust, so I'm gonna probably have to go ahead and get another, what do you call it? Another hatch. This right here for the T-top, it's probably gonna be cracked. Mine's cracked right there. Pretty common, but that's something else you're gonna have to spend money on. So now we're gonna talk about the only reason why I bought this car.
Can I guess?
What do you think we're talking about?
The turbos.
No, dude, we're actually talking about the fan. Alright, so down here we have the VG30 DETT. The TT stands for twin turbo. Like I said, this was a twin turbo model. The main reason as to how you can tell it's a twin turbo, it's because it's got these extra pipes coming from the intercooler, this one over here and this one all the way over here. The NA only has these two pipes on top, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot less room to work with on the twin turbo compared to the NA. So when you pop up the hood and the guys next to you mainly want to check for aftermarket parts and things being done on the car. Easily one of the most common done things is these little tubings right here. So mine came like this. Obviously the car's been tampered with before. You can easily tell just by looking at those things. How have they taken care of the engine bay? Does it look dirty? Right now it looks cleaner, but when I first got it, it was like extremely bad. My coolant was a Gatorade bottle. So yeah, huge no-no. Yes, I fixed it and my coolant's down there. My high cast was deleted when I already bought the car. Over here is the cruise control. I also deleted that. You want to check? We're filming here, bro. You want to check if you have an Egr Delete. GR is all the way down here, as you can see those pipings right there. Obviously, I don't have the delete yet. If you still have stock suspension, you're also gonna have like a dampening device right here. That's what changes your suspension from sport or comfort mode. If this thing works good, if not, then it's gonna suck. But as you can see, I don't have it because I have an aftermarket. I have coilovers basically. Another thing I had to change on the car, which was like my main concern when we first bought it. We literally drove like an hour with the car almost dying and the idle being horrible. It's the PTU. This is the style 2 PTU. So before anything, make sure you have the style, the second style PTU. This one's just bad, very old, a lot of corrosion. It just wasn't good. So I went ahead and bought another one. Now the car's idle's perfect. So if you have a problem with idles, that probably was gonna be the reason, or your harness might be the other reason. See something else. Oh, you wanna check your oil dipstick right here. It's right over here. Make sure it's on high. Oh God, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. Ah! Something that I realized, to put this thing back in is the most annoying. There we go. 300 problems. Is it? There we go. So you wanna check that. You wanna make sure that you have enough coolant. The reservoir tank should be somewhere around here. Mine's obviously gone. There was a Gatorade bottle, like I said. Mine's now relocated under the car. Also, pretty important thing, you want to check for vacuum leaks. You want to do a vacuum leak test. If you drive a twin turbo model and when you accelerate, it should be hitting from 7 to 9 pounds of boost. If it's hitting any less than that, might be obviously boost leaks, very common, but it might also mean that the turbo seals are going bad. So you might want to check that, and that's probably and the easiest way to check that if there's smoke coming out when you accelerate or do any types of pulls or anything, probably turbo seals are bad. So that's basically everything engine-wise for the 300. These VGs are very, very complicated engines, so you do not want to cheap out on them. Also, be sure to check out if the first thing you should ask the owner is if the 120K maintenance has been done on it. I just recently did it. My car has currently 880,000 miles. So it was very, very off. The timing was off. Everything was pretty bad. So thank God that I did that. And if it isn't done and you want to go forth and still buy the car, be sure that the 120K maintenance is the first thing you do. Before you even register the car, do the maintenance, because you're not gonna regret it.
Are you or are you not?
You're not gonna regret it.
Tops. And I was like, and my number.
That's basically pretty much everything for the video. Hope you guys learned. Take your time in buying these cars. If you buy the wrong one, it could take you a lot more money to build that one instead of you buy decent ones. I recommend look into this is gonna sound very odd, an NA automatic, and then do a turbo swap and then manual swap, because you're gonna get a nice car that probably an older guy, older lady had it. It's gonna save you more money down the line. You're gonna have a nice, pure, non-modified 370Z. Yeah, 300ZX. I hope the tips help. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Smash that like, subscribe, and See you guys next time. See you guys next time.